This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
Major developments in the impeachment investigation of President Trump. Coming up, a major loss in court, plus testimony from a former ambassador whom critics say was ousted for political reasons. And only here on RTV6, more students and parents complaining about the insulin mistake at a local school. We'll show you the legal notices going out today. But first, it is a Storm Team 6 alert day, and it is Friday, so a lot of us are planning ahead for our weekends. We know there's a lot of football going on all around central Indiana this evening, a lot of homecomings on Saturday, and so, Alyssa Donovan, you're a very important person today. Tell us what we need to know in the weather department.
So the good news is we're seeing this little bit of a lull period between those rain showers that we saw this morning and the ones we're going to see this afternoon. And the good news is Saturday is looking dry for a lot of those events you have going on. So we have a few showers still moving around Rushville and towards Newcastle, and then we also have this next area that's moving in right now. This next line of storms will start to progress as we head through the day. That's going to bring us the potential of some showers, maybe an embedded thunderstorms by the midday hour. As we head into the 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock hour, that will move into some of those western counties before becoming more widespread later this afternoon and early evening. This is moving very quickly though, so it is clearing out overnight, mostly expecting rain showers with this system. Just a small chance of an embedded thunderstorm in there as well. Temperatures today, we're still climbing. We'll be into the upper 60s this afternoon before we start to drop off into the 50s by the evening. Tomorrow, a much cooler start to the day. Those temperatures will be into the 30s. I'll have details on your weekend forecast coming up.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. Want to get some breaking news we're following this midday. Metro Police are looking for a shooting suspect from the north side that sent a man to the hospital. This all happened around 10 o'clock this morning near Carlton Apartments on Plaza Lane. That's near West 86th Street and Township Library Road. Now, all we know right now is the person who was shot is in serious condition. We are working to learn more information, and we're going to have updates for you throughout the day on the RTV6 app and also at theindychannel.com. Well, today marks 3 years since the disappearance of a young woman from Kokomo. Karina McClurkin was 18 years old when she went missing on October 11th, 2016. She was last seen walking down South Washington Street in Kokomo. Today, her grandmother and others will be walking from the house where Karina left that night to go to the gas station. That's where she was last seen on surveillance video. That walk will continue to an alley where police believe Karina got in a car. Again, if you know anything about Karina McClurkin and where she could be right now, you need to call Crime Stoppers. That number is 317-262-TIPS. A $50,000 reward is being offered for any information on her case. Well, right now, members of Congress are hearing from a key figure in the impeachment investigation, the former ambassador to Ukraine, giving a deposition after critics say she was ousted by President Trump as he was putting pressure on Ukraine to investigate a potential Democratic rival, Joe Biden. Here's ABC's Inez de la Cotera.
This morning, former ambassador to Ukraine, Marie Yovanovitch, showing up to testify despite the White House and State Department's refusal to participate in the impeachment inquiry, appearing behind closed doors before 3 House committees looking into whether or not the president committed impeachable offenses by asking a foreign country to investigate his political rival Joe Biden and his son Hunter. Yovanovitch has become a key figure in that investigation. She was removed from her post in May after coming under attack from President Trump's personal attorney Rudy Giuliani. Federal prosecutors say 2 of Giuliani's associates, arrested yesterday, also tried to force her out by allegedly funneling illegal campaign donations from a Russian national to U.S. politicians.
The defendants broke the law to gain political influence while avoiding disclosure of who was actually making the donations and where the money was coming from.
Meanwhile, lawyers for the whistleblower whose complaint about President Trump's phone call with the Ukrainian president kicked off the impeachment inquiry are telling Congress that at this point, their client will answer questions in writing instead of appearing before any committees in person so as to protect the whistleblower's safety. President Trump lashing out at it all at a campaign rally last night.
So they know they can't win the 2020 election. So they're pursuing the insane impeachment witch hunt.
After the State Department tried to block EU Ambassador Gordon Sondland from testifying, lawyers for Sondland now say he will appear before the House next week. Inez de la Cotera, ABC News, Washington.
New this midday, President Trump has lost his appeal to stop the House from obtaining his tax returns from the president's longtime tax accountant. Now, federal judge appeals panel upheld a lower court ruling saying the firm must turn over 8 years of Trump's tax returns. The president may turn to the Supreme Court, but numerous courts, including the Supreme Court, have refused to curtail Congress's subpoena power in previous rulings. Only here on RTV6, more students wrongfully given insulin are now putting Lawrence Township Schools and Community Health Hospital on notice of a possible lawsuit. Both the school district and the hospital are getting into legal notices today involving 2 more students and their parents. They're complaining about the September 10th incident at McKenzie Career Center. On that day, 16 students expecting to receive an injection for tuberculosis instead got injected with insulin. Neither Lawrence Township Schools nor Community Health Hospital have explained how that happened.
We're learning about the injections that were given to the students. We now know that they were given in at least 2 different student groups over the span of about an hour. So there was a lot of time to catch these negligent or the erroneous injections.
Well, as of this morning, 3 parents are seeking to hold Lawrence Schools and Community Health accountable for the insulin mistake. The family's lawyer is hoping to settle these cases out of court. Well, it is that time when Hollywood comes right here to Indy. Next on the news at noon, it's opening day for one of the most prestigious film festivals in the world. And we'll have some special guests in studio to let you know what you can see. And a little bit later, celebrating the old world, the old-fashioned way, we're going to show you where you can find some meat pies, a glass of ale, bagpipes, and some intense athletic competition. Alyssa.
And we are going to have some nice weather for that this weekend. However, it's going to be a little bit cool. That's because we have a major cool down as this cold front that's bringing us this rain passes. Temperatures dropping overnight. I'll break down everything you need to know coming up.
American Housewife tonight on ABC.
Well, it's become one of the biggest and most important film festivals in the world. It's the Heartland Film Festival. It starts in Indianapolis tonight, and there are more than 200 films to see, including some world premieres, a lot of special guests as well. One of the premieres is called A New Christmas, and that's Prashant Gupta. He's with us, and he stars in the movie, also one of the producers, and then also here with us, over here, you saw him this morning, Craig Prater. He's the president of Heartland Film Festival. Guys, thanks so much for joining us here on the news at noon.
Nice to be here.
Yeah,
Our pleasure.
Yes, this is an exciting time in Indianapolis. World premieres happening here. First, tell me a little bit about the festival and what it's all about.
Well, we're into our 28th year, which was unheard of by film festival standards. So, and this year with several thousand submissions, we ended up with 22 films in approximately 400 time slots. So I was telling this gentleman how honored we are to have him here, because that means that has to be a really quality film to land up in the film festival.
Definitely. Prashant, tell me a little bit about your film in particular.
Well, what he just said is very humbling for us, because not only is the festival happy to have us, but we're very delighted to be here, because when I came to know in India that the Heartland International Film Festival has accepted the film, everybody said, try to get your premiere at that venue, because it is a very prestigious venue and it's a beautiful state to be in. And I produced the film out of New York. But I live in India. I am an actor in Indian movies, which is otherwise known as Bollywood.
Bollywood, yeah.
And A New Christmas is a dream come true, because growing up in America, Christmas was my favorite holiday.
Yeah.
And I had a dream to come out to some other part of America which I hadn't seen. And to come to Heartland and, you know, have the premiere here. They are not only a very prestigious platform, but the most hospitable people I have seen in America.
Oh, well, we want to welcome you here to the Hoosier State, and it's so glad to have you. And a film like yours, so incredible. Talk to me a little bit about how people can come out to see some of these films around Indianapolis, because you said it's important that we get the people in these seats to watch these
That's exactly right. So thank you for helping us make that happen. We're in a number of different locations. We're at the AMC Castleton, the AMC Traders Point. We're at the New Fields and also in the Arts Craft Theater. So we're scattered throughout the city. So there's a lot of opportunities to see a lot of different films. We say we've got, even with that lineup of 200 films, we say we got a film for everyone this year.
Yeah, a huge variety. And it's so cool because there's so many different venues, as you said, that are involved. I know the folks, my friends down at the Art Craft in Franklin, are so excited to have it there this year.
And they are showcasing a collection of anniversary films, everything from 5 years to 80 years. So
something for everyone.
Yes.
So, gentlemen,
Indeed.
Thank you so much for being here today. We hope come out and see his show, come out and see a number of these movies. If you're looking for something to do, it's going to be raining today, and it's going to be cold this weekend. So let's get this started.
That's right.
It's raining movies here in Indianapolis. Stay with us. We'll be right back after the break.
Keller and Keller.
Well, he didn't have any known family around, but that didn't stop Indianapolis from saying goodbye to a Navy veteran today. Several showing up here at Sproul Funeral Home as they hosted the memorial service today for a man named Daniel J. Powell. He died September 20th at the age of 67. The funeral home also arranged for Powell to be buried with full military honors, as he deserves, and we want to thank him for his service. And thanks to everyone for coming out today and showing him support. We do want to take a turn right now to our forecast. This is a live look from our Weather Now camera here on top of the pagoda at IMS, looking towards the city skyline. And Alyssa, we know it's been kind of a yucky day so far, and these changes are coming through for kind of a chilly weekend.
Right, it's going to be chilly. The good news is this is going to be the overcast day in the forecast.
Okay, that's good.
So we have sunshine on the way, but much cooler air, and you saw that on our Weather Now cam. It is overcast. We're sort of seeing this lull between our system right now. 67 right now in Indianapolis and Kokomo, 68 in Bloomington. Those winds a little bit strong out of the south, about 20 miles per hour. Those gusts about 25 miles per hour. So you are going to notice that as you step outside today, and we are going to continue seeing the potential of showers and thunderstorms as we move into the afternoon. Right now, we're seeing that lull. We had those showers move through this morning, but it's not going to last. We do have this next system that's starting to move in, this next line of thunderstorms rather, and it is starting to break up as it approaches the border, but we still have that potential of those rain showers moving through. Likely we'll see those over some of those western counties later this afternoon, and then by the early evening hours that will become a little bit more widespread as that moves across the area. These will become a little bit more spotty in nature though, so we're just going to see those hit and miss showers as we head through later today and into the early evening hours before that system completely moves out by the late evening. So it's speeding up a little bit. Before it looked like it could hang on until early Saturday morning, but now it looks like it's going to be clear and out of the area by tomorrow morning completely. Now behind that though, we have some cooler air, and that cooler air is going to have more time to settle in overnight, which means our temperatures tomorrow morning are going to be even colder. So that cold air has already settled in across those western areas of the United States. Temperatures there right now in the 30s, and we are still in the 60s this afternoon, and we are going to see those temperatures drop off very quickly as this cold front passes. So by 2 p.m. today, 72 degrees here in Indianapolis, 74 in Columbus, and then this is how quickly that's going to move in. 7 p.m. we are down to 48 degrees. So if you have evening plans, make sure you are bringing a coat because it's going to be very cool compared to what we're seeing this afternoon. 46 in Lafayette by that time, but look at this, still 67 in Richmond at the same time. So a huge temperature gradient with that system moving across the area. By Saturday morning, if you have morning plans, you have to bundle up. A lot of us are going to be right around freezing by tomorrow morning, which means we also have the potential of some patchy frost developing. If you have plants, want to cover them up for tomorrow morning. 55 for our high tomorrow, so we're starting with those very cool temperatures, staying below average for your Saturday, but that sun comes out, a little bit of a breeze out there as well. 55 for the high. Sunday getting a little bit warmer, back to average, 65 degrees for our high. A beautiful weekend, just a little chilly outside. And then as we head through the rest of the week, Monday and Tuesday, those temperatures right where they should be in the mid-60s. Our next chance of showers and storms comes in on Tuesday. That's another cold front though, so we are going to see those temperatures drop off once again as we head into Wednesday morning. Wednesday afternoon, highs again only in the 50s.
Well, get your bagpipes ready and put on your kilt. It's time once again for the Indianapolis Scottish Highland Games and Festival. The big event is now 10 years old, and it's happening tomorrow at German Park. And with us today is Matthew Douglas with the Scottish Society of Indianapolis, decked out in his kilt and his full gear for the event. Thanks for being here, Matthew.
You're welcome. Thanks for having me.
Well, we know this event is tomorrow. It's at German Park, but there is a whole lot going on here. Talk to us a little bit about what people can see and do.
Well, we had about 117 athletes pre-registered. So at that size, it makes us the largest amateur games in North America.
Oh, wow.
But it's not just about athletics. There'll be a Scottish market. There'll be Scottish food, Scottish drink. There'll be Scotch tastings, 3 of them.
Okay.
Still complimentary, thanks to our sponsors.
Oh.
So there will be Celtic music on 2 stages all day.
Okay.
So it's a lovely venue. It's wooded. We have a lowlands and a highlands. So it's, and the games are located on the highlands.
Okay.
The Scottish market's on the lowlands and the stages.
Very cool. Well, I love a good single malt Scotch, so that sounds like a pretty good tasting to me.
There will be 5.
Okay, very good. And talk to me a little bit about the games. This isn't just your regular field games. These are traditional, pretty unique games that people will be taking part in.
They are traditional. These are the Scottish heavy athletics. And so it's basically, it was created for clan chieftains to show the readiness for war of their young men. Today's games are co-ed, so men and women throw, and there'll be all kinds of events. The caber toss is very recognizable.
Okay.
Looks like they're throwing a small telephone pole.
Yeah,
it pretty much is. It could weigh as much as 160 pounds.
Wow.
Yep. It doesn't count if it doesn't go end over end.
So people, I'm assuming, have been training for these.
Yes, there's a whole class of athletes that travel and train for this. It's highly competitive.
Very cool. So what time do people need to head out there, and is it free or is there admission? What do they need to know?
It's $15 at the gate for adults, $5 for children. Under 5 and under is free. Discounts for seniors. Come on out. Gates open at 9 o'clock.
Okay. Perfect thing to do, and you'll want to bundle up probably if you're wearing a kilt, right? Because we've heard it's going to be chilly out tomorrow.
It's going to be cool in the morning, but it'll be clear, so we won't have rain.
Yes, sunshine is important. Thank you, Matthew, for being here with us today. We have that information more information on the website, and that's at the bottom of your screen. We're going to be right back here on the news at noon with more weather and more stories for today. Stick around. You're watching RTV6. Only on RTV6 News.
This is RTV6 News at Noon, working for you.
And we have breaking news just into the RTV6 newsroom. Discipline charges are filed against 3 Southern Indiana judges related to a fight here downtown at a White Castle back on May 1st. The Indiana Commission on Judicial Qualifications has filed behavioral misconduct charges against Clark County judges Andrew Adams and Bradley Jacobs and Crawford County Judge Sabrina Bell. This stems from the incident that happened while they were attending a judicial education conference here in Indianapolis. The commission says their conduct led to a physical altercation that resulted in Judge Adams and Judge Jacobs being shot. Each judge has 20 days to answer those charges. And taking a bit of a turn right now, if you don't have your Halloween costume picked out just yet, well, here you go. The same company that brought you the bizarre, sexy Mr. Rogers costume this year now offers this. They want to capitalize on the popularity of Burger King's new meatless sandwich. It's the Sexy Beyond Burger outfit here, and the company Yandy says that it comes in 4 sizes, small to extra large, complete with a headband that reminds everyone that you are plant-based. The price tag, $49.95. There you go, Alyssa. I know you were looking for Halloween costumes.
You did not just say that. Oh, I want to make sure everyone knows that I'm plant-based.
Yeah, just kidding.
Oh, gosh.
We know you already have a costume picked out, I'm sure.
Yeah.
All right, well, in the forecast for today, we need to talk about it because you're going to be changing what you're wearing this weekend.
Yes.
Bundling up.
We're going to need warm coats this weekend by tomorrow morning. Today, we're climbing still. We'll be in the low 70s this afternoon. Those showers continuing to move across the area later today. Those will taper off overnight, but a steep change in temperatures. By this evening, we're into the 50s. Tomorrow morning, 30s. Tomorrow, our daytime highs in the 50s. However, a clear and sunny weekend. Just a little cool.
All right, Alyssa, thanks so much, and thanks for joining us. We hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend.